Hi guys, it's Ryan here from the Private Banker. I'm just going to do a quick review of the markets today and how I saw things. So starting off with crude oil, what we saw was an open pretty much inside of yesterday's range, and we just saw just a rotation down to support and a peak below yesterday's low of day, and we actually saw a peak below the overnight trade, which is this pink composite here, and into yesterday's overnight trade. Yesterday's overnight lows were at 99.40, and we see a rotation down to this area where we saw some nice absorption. There were some buy orders here. I mean, if we look at this from a bigger picture, we're actually seeing this sort of micro channel in play here, and we saw a reversion to the mean price today, and also the edge of this this current bracket that we're forming. So just interesting that we came down to this level, and obviously if we broke the 99.40, then I was looking to get short and see where this market go with some price exploration, but we just see balance in the market today, two-way trade. I mean, the weekly Vwap really sort of highlights this this two-way trade coming into the market here and balance. I mean, you can just see. I mean, last week we saw pretty much balance, and then we see an imbalance into the end of the week, and then this week we've just seen two-way trade. I mean, you can see the composite and distribution here, and you can just see that we've just been going from one extreme to the other with two-way trade coming back into the market here. We're still seeing a slight imbalance to the buy side on the monthly value, and we're just battling with this at the minute. I mean, price value finally caught up with price here, and at the minute we are trying to find buyers, it looks like, but we'll see what happens going into the week here. I mean, there is clear balance and two-way trade coming back into this market. I mean, what we was seeing on the daily time frame, RTH, was this one time framing pattern that was in the market since the 2nd of February. So we had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of one time framing, and then on Wednesday or Thursday we broke this one time framing, and today we're just seeing balance coming in the lower the bracket. So I mean, what we did is we opened up, we see, like I said, just a seller came in, pushed the market down to support. We took a peek below this this current bracket that we're forming here, and we've just found some buyers just coming back into the market here. So just going to highlight the key absorption we see into the previous ETH lows. I mean, you can see here on the footprint that we've seen this rotations down, and as soon as we hit this area, when we saw divergence, and we see this big accumulation of volume in the market here, and we see someone come in and hit the bid back up into the current developing value, as you can see here. So I mean, if you was short, this would be a key heads up to exit your trade long. Sorry, if you were short, it'd be a key idea to exit your trade here as the market comes back into value and start to hold the value area low here. I mean, there was a big buyer absorbing price here again at this 99.72 area, and the market just continued to rotate higher. So that's just what I saw on the day here. I mean, we just saw we see this first period form initial balance, and we just see this, like I said, this key buy absorption below the initial balance low, and we just came back into balance and just basically one time framed up for the rest of the day since this B period. You can see the one time framing in the B period, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into I, and then J period broke the one time framing, and we just see this spike higher into the close in the K period. I mean, basically what we saw is just a destination trade. We just saw one side of value to the other. I mean, we came back into the yesterday's value area, and we just see obviously we see the spike up higher in, and we just held ETH Vwap, and we held the value area low from yesterday, and we just see a destination trade to the higher value here. Just some interesting observations. Obviously, we again on the key TPO composites that I'm tracking here, we're just seeing, as you can see, we can see this balanced two-way trade coming back into the market here. This profile was looking pretty elongated, but since we tested some key high levels here, and we actually tested a above December's high here at the 181, and since then we've just seen, like I said, just see some balance come back into the market here, and you can clearly see that with this distribution that's forming. So today we opened up at the mean price, and we see a rotation down to the current value area low of the current composite, and right at the edge of this extreme, and you can see this extreme here, and we just seen responsive buying back up into the composite value here. So it'll be interesting to see where we move on from here. Obviously Monday's a holiday, and just be interesting to see where we go from here. But some real interesting some clues in the market here. I mean, the 5 exponential moving average finally caught up with price. I mean, we did see buying today, but we've not seen that lift off, and real key sort of aggressive buying coming into the market. So I mean, we've just seen like this bracket forming at the current bracket highs, and I mean, we could easily just hold this high, hold this excess gap up here, and just fall back into this current bracket, and even test the other side of it. Now we'll just have to see what happens where we move from here. But as you can see, this current auction off the lows, we broke out, we saw balance, we saw some major balance coming in here, and then we ripped up higher, and we just see more balance coming in here. So this is what the market does in that cycle. So we could break out and continue higher here. Who knows? We'll just have to see how this plays out next week and going into the end of the month. So that's pretty much it for crude. I mean, one observation here, which I want to highlight, is the fact that we see this real poor high put in the H and I period. I mean, she gets double tops of high, and in K period we came back into initial balance, and we just found an aggressive buyer that spiked the market up to the first IB extension. So the first IB extension was at 140. So there was just this big seller came into the market at this level. You can see we spiked up a bit higher here. I mean, I took a picture earlier. I'll show you the picture. Give me 2 seconds. So this is the screenshot I took in real time, and as you can see here, we came right up to that first IB extension area, and we just see this big seller sitting on the sell side here, and they sold 438 contracts, and there's nothing obviously on the other side. So just real interesting observation here, obviously, as we see this market spike higher into the high of day. I mean, the high of day was the ETH high of day was at 147, and we just couldn't see the market trade higher here. So just interesting observation there. I'm just going to quickly touch base on the SP500 and what we've seen today. I mean, we've just got currently this market's obviously just. I'm going to go into this quickly. Obviously, the monthly Vwap is obviously showing a clear imbalance to the buy side. We see a rotation back up into on the previous month's value area. We started to see buyers come in and hold the value area low. We've just seen a destination trade to the other side of value from last month. So interesting to see also where we'll go from here on the S&P 500. But I mean, these are the current composites I'm tracking, and we've got this clear balance composite, and this clear sort of average price, this 88.38 and a quarter. And today we opened up, and right on top of the composite value area of this poor high, we saw initiative buyers straight off the open, and the market's been one time framing up since it opened today. It's just a real strong imbalance to the buy side again. We're at about 15.5 handles here. The average true range at the moment is about 18.5, 19. So we'll see if this market can put in its average true range at the minute, and test this key sort of 18.39 level. Another interesting thing we see here is just there was an open gap here, and the market's come up and cleaned this gap up now. So we've seen a gap fill. There was these pink lines here. I've deleted them obviously now because we've seen the gap fill. So just interesting that we're back into this previous sort of bracket area now. So obviously the destination becomes the bracket high, and see if we can clean up this poor high on the S&P all-time highs here. So we'll see where we go from there. But just a real clear imbalance to the buy side today. I mean, the value. We just see this rejection of the previous day's value instantly, and just the market's just been out of balance and riding value higher. I mean, at the minute we're very out of balance, and we're literally just riding the 1.5 standard deviation here. So just approaching this 13.25 level here. So interesting to see if we can blast through it and continue higher, or we see we see a pullback to value here and some responsive buying back up into the close. Just one more key interesting observation here is this 240-minute chart. I mean, you can just see this clear bull channel that we've had in play here, and we came down and tested the lows of this, and we've seen the market trade back up into the value area, and we came back up into the point of control, and we found buyers responsive to the other side of this value area on this channel. So interesting again to see where we go from here. I mean, there's a lot of other key factors involved that we can go into, but I'm not going to delve into them at the minute. Anyway, if you have any questions, then please ask on the forum, and I hope you'll have a great weekend, and remember that Monday is a holiday. So enjoy your long weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Take care, goodbye.